And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dog Pound. Wait a minute. Can you see me? Hey, this isn't the pod. Wait a minute. It's time! Yes, it's time, ladies and gentlemen, for a video that we've been working on for a very long time. Let me take this off here, since we're not doing the podcast. Today, we're going to be doing our first wrestling belt review. Doodly-doo. So, I've been wanting to do a wrestling belt review for a long time. The main thing was just starting the belt collection and everything, and nerding out. The wife this year for income tax season was very gracious and loving enough to let me indulge in my nerdisms and let my tism roar and all that good stuff. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, you probably already saw in the corner. Yes! Scratch logo WWE Championship belt. Now, overall, we're going to give it a good look over and everything. Let me unfold it. Look at that. Look at that. I'm going to have some photos and some videos and everything of the actual plate and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I think it looks fantastic. But let's go over just some of the major things that I like and some of the things I don't necessarily like about this belt. Overall, let me pull up some of the notes that I had and everything. And of course, my camera and phone and everything, because I'm trying to do this on my pro camera and everything on the computer, for some reason, my microphone doesn't want to take the audio. So this is my second overall time doing this video, so here we go. Overall, when I was originally looking for a belt to do, this wasn't my initial design that I wanted to do. I was actually looking for NWA and WCW championship belts at first, but then I'm like, you know what, one of the next big things we're going to be doing is looking over wrestling matches, or WWE matches, televised WWE matches, from the Hershey Giant Center and the old Hershey Park Arena. So part of that watch list is also acquiring a collection of WWE Championship replicas of all the titles that were defended in the Hershey Park Arena or Giant Center. And this is our first one, so that was one of the big things about it. I had found this on eBay. Luckily enough, a lot of times that's usually where I look for belts. There has been a very big surge of decent priced Pakistani belts, which this is a Pakistani maker, but no judgment there. Obviously, some of the quality is going to be a little bit lesser, a lot different than what a lot of people are going to expect. I had gone to Dollar Tree and just purchased a nice L-shaped stand and everything. So we're going to put that there and put that. The light and everything is like right there, so we're going to put it right there. So overall, I'm going to pick it back up, but looking at some of the information and some of the video and stuff like that's going to be rolling around through. Overall, it measures out from end to end and everything, 49 inches. Overall, really good. I'll do like walk around and like showing how nice and snug it is and everything. Putting it on with the belt tip, or putting it on with the snaps and everything, to fit me with wearing a hoodie or without wearing a hoodie, fit really well. And I'll show that off and everything. Sitting on the hips and everything, overall really, really nice. I had purchased this from Avenue Leather Mart. Now over on eBay itself, they are, I'm actually gonna screen cap this so that I can show you guys what I mean. If I look at like my order history and everything, let me get a better shot of that. It does say Hyperstar, sold by Hyperstar Craft. So if anybody has any major experience with eBay or belt buying from eBay, let me know if that's something that you see a lot, where the belt company or like the company advert, like the ad listing looks different, like the names are different and everything. But overall, as far as shipping goes, I put the order in around March 7th. Was when I paid for it, put the order in. I got it by the 15th, so a little less than so a little more than a week and a day. I was expecting it to be like a full 2 days and everything, and I was very, very happy with the timeliness and everything. Now the USPS did give me a lot of updates. Me being me, I was sitting by the door ready to go. But overall, it wasn't that bad of a wait and everything. With shipping and handling, I gotta say, the listing title and everything, and I'll put the picture of the listing and everything, but the new United States Championship title belt, adult size, replica 2mm WWE wrestling. Like, it's just funny. Overall, with taxes and everything, shipping and everything, 90-10. Not going to argue with that. I'm really not going to argue with that. I had sent a message to the seller and everything. When I got it, I unfortunately don't think I have the box. But it was about pretty much what they had done was just kind of taken it and folded it real fucking like crazy. Which I'll get into why that, you know, is what it is. But it was very decently bubble wrapped and was in, you know, it was in good condition when I got it. Overall, let's go into just the pros and cons of the belt and just take a look at it. Overall, just a really great belt. I myself, like I said, love this design. I know a lot of people are iffy on it. I know a lot of people, this isn't their favorite design. This is one of my favorite designs, more or less because of a lot of the guys that held it. Eddie Guerrero, Fit Finlay, Booker T, John Cena, his first singles championship. You know, with his retirement year coming in, this was one that I did want to get and everything. Daniel Bryan, R-Truth, Booker, did I say Booker T? A few other people, he who shall not be named. This and the Oval Intercontinental Championship, that's one of the big ones I would love to get. That is, I believe, one of the titles on the list, or one of the ones that is flat out going in my personal collection at some point when I can get it. But these two, this and the Oval Intercontinental Championship, hold a very significant place in my heart because of the people that held them. Same with the big gold and the Undisputed. That era, like from 03 to like 09, was like the big, like the 6 year, 7, 8, 9 year time period. Right before getting out of high school and then getting more involved in the backyard and the indie and everything, and focusing on that more than watching TV stuff. And that, you know, this title and everything is the bee's knees for me, in my opinion. Dean Ambrose had this one, Mox, before he left, you know, when he was WWE. But let's talk about the belt overall. Like I said, one of the big things that I'll say, and I'll see if I can kind of get it there, the paint job is not that bad. The royal blue, dark blue kind of accent with the main plate and with the side plates is really nice. The black paint for the property plate, the black paint for the property plate, try saying that 5 times fast, is pretty nice. I'll get a better image and everything of that. But overall, the paint job and everything was nice. I thought I was gonna have to take the time personally and like redo all of this or like touch up a lot of it, but not that bad. Two of the big things, well, I'll get to that here in a second. I'm gonna throw this like this for a second. Just kind of sit there like this for a sec. One of the big things that I really like about it, and it, as far, we'll jump right here into the pros and cons. Pros and cons overall. I'll jump into the cons. I'll jump into the cons first. One of the big things that I really liked about it was that it did come with a belt tip, and it did come with a property plate. Now, the property plate was advertised with some of the pictures on eBay, but the belt tip wasn't, so I was very surprised about that. Now, the big thing about the belt tip that I was somewhat iffy about is the fact that it doesn't have one, it doesn't reach around to the other side. I don't mind that, but having that reach around to the other side, say if I was grabbing it this way and was able to grab it with like the exterior of my thumb like that on the inside and grab it and take it off, that's fine. There are some points like right in up here in this inner ridge, these two corners that protrude upwards up to like these snaps on the sides. they have sharp edges on like the very out on this side. That's a very sharp corner. So if I were to use my fingertips on taking it off, I'm gonna probably end up catching the inside of my fingertips or all that kind of stuff. So that's just one of the few negatives. Now looking on this end as well, the snaps. Now the snaps overall, they don't make don't make a lot of noise wiggling around. A lot of times you either get really goofy loose ones or super tense tight ones that don't want to snap or don't want to do anything, make the snap box all crazy awkward. This side too, obviously no sound because it's not going to have a lot of sound to it. The detailing overall, the leather is obviously what you would find on a $90, $100 championship belt. It's holding it all together, and I can snap it and put it over my shoulder. Is it to the greatest of quality? No. There's a few, like I'll take a picture of it. There's a part of it where it looked like something sharp had come in contact with it and cut into the leather a little bit. But overall, like I figured I was going to end up investing in a re-leather for this anyway. The overall physical leather quality, and then just these snaps, like I said, sometimes you get real tense ones, sometimes you get real loose ones. I feel like I've gotten a weird combination of both. I don't, as I take and do maybe the first two on, maybe the first 3 sets, so the 2, 4, 6, and do the first 2, 2, 4, 6 on this side. Let's match them up the right way. So, if we do it that way, let's do some snap ASMR. First one. Ooh. Yeah, see the first snap on the top layer, like the belt tip side. This first one in the set, the second one in the set is giving me issues. Now, it could be a matter of manipulating the belt leather. Okay, so the next one down is fine. Next one down is fine. Ooh. Ooh, okay. There's no, so out of 6, I think I have 5. No? Okay, so these 3 on this side are good. And okay, so that one snapped as I pulled it apart. But overall, all 6 actually snapped in, which I had some trouble with certain snaps. So it might be the ones in this back area. But other than that, that seems fine. One of the nice things too that I could appreciate with it on the I'll go to the pros and everything. Other than the snap quality being a little iffy, it still works for what it is. Now, one of the nice things too that I love is that the main plate actually has somewhat of a curve to it. For some of the members of my family who are wrestling fans, I'll definitely be letting them check it out and wear it and everything. With them having a larger stomach, anybody having a larger stomach, I like having the curve. Plus, it feels more accurate. One of the other big things too, pro-wise, is the plate quality. The plate quality, I believe it's upside down. Don't want a great collie in this shit, but it feels like it's brass, painted brass overall, which I'm not mad with. Like I said, for what I paid, I got what I paid for, and what I got for $90, I'm not going to argue with whatsoever. For it being a belt to just have around and everything until I can maybe invest in a decent or a better, a higher priced belt at some point. Cool, awesome, that'd be great. But one of the other big things I really like about it is that the back strap. It's I feel like it's a dual, it's like a layered leather for it, but all the back snaps and studs and stuff are all covered. I love that. Just makes it feel better when you're wearing it. Makes it feel nicer. Makes it look nicer and everything. More professional, in my opinion. I don't mind having belt like the NWA domed globe that I have. It is one of those older model. I think it's an early 2000s model that my dad found on eBay. It was a Christmas gift from him and everything. I'll try to get pictures of it at some point. It was used in a lot of our TWA matches as our television championship. Myself, Bull, Luke Knight, Kid Inc., a few people from TWA had held that as part of our championship for that, but our championships for that. Overall, the prop plate being on there, having the belt tip on there is really nice. Overall, I would rate this thing out of a 10. I would probably rate it a good 8.5. The leather quality is really the only thing, honestly, the only thing that it just, if it were to sit, if it was a little bit better quality of leather and sit a little softer, displaying it and everything, even on this tri-stand, I would take pictures of it and everything. It's good. One of the only things too, and I didn't catch it, I don't think, when it came out the box, so I don't know if it was during shipping or anything. At the very tip here, the main metal plate, I have a picture of it to put up and everything, it's a little bit bent, kind of like the WCW Big Gold, the top portion of that being bent. This unfortunately is a little bent, but nothing that somebody with better experience with metalworking, hey, can you have like something that can bend that a little bit back? Cool. Other than that, I think this is, I'm super, I love it. I just love it. I appreciate my wife for letting me purchase this and have this in the man collection and in the man cave. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have. Thank you for joining us in this belt review. Thank you for the continued support. We're almost to 600 subscribers. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to tune in for our third episode of the podcast. We're going to be reviewing WrestleMania 41, talking about Marvel, DC, and a few other different franchises as far as movies and television shows. I'll be talking about my thoughts on how far I've gotten in the first season of Game of Thrones as a first-time watcher, and my review, and not review, but my thoughts on House of the Dragon seasons 1 and 2 overall, waiting for season 3. Whoop whoop, House Targaryen, let's go, Rhaenys, the true queen. Now, granted, I have not read the books yet. I have not read the Song of Ice and Fire. I do intend either to listen to an audiobook or to actually sit down. I like to watch one of the, like a timeline video or like a breakdown of the synopsis of the story and everything. Because like I have been a Tolkien fan, I've been a Harry Potter fan. The Red Badge of Courage was the first book I actually ever read. I'm currently going through Berserk as the mangas go. I got some Star Wars pre-Disney Legends books and some post-Disney canon books that I gotta read through yet. So we'll be talking some books here soon, but I'm gonna get to that once we get to talking to movies a little bit more. Now the WrestleMania season's over, we're not gonna be talking a lot. I'm gonna try to not put as much wrestling material, but this is something, obviously, for the bulk of the wrestling stuff, this is something that I've wanted to do. But, well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you here from Dogg Productions on behalf of myself and everybody involved. Make sure to check out our social media links down in the description. John's new Spotify, hopefully his new episode will be coming out soon. That's all him. I don't know anything about it. We'll be talking about the results of WrestleMania 43, the post Raw and SmackDown, a few things happening with the wrestling world, a few things happening with movies and television coming up, and my overall first time reaction to the first few episodes of the first season of Game of Thrones, and my overall thoughts on House of the Dragon, seasons 1 and 2. House Targaryen for life. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, have a great one. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you guys in the next one.